The linear wall system creates a beautiful and long-lasting wall that's easy to install. Begin by measuring the width of the first plank. In this case, it's above the door frame. Then scribe a line for each of the vertical studs. After cutting the plank with a finish-grade carbide-tipped saw blade, position it and use a spacer to set up the reveal gap. Make sure the first plank is level. Then, with a side reveal spacer in place, face screw the bottom edge of the plank with trim screws across the top of the door frame. Place the first of the direct attach clips and screw it into the stud. Continue to attach the clips at the top and in this case the bottom next to the door frame all the way across the plank. These clips set the reveal between planks. After measuring and cutting the next plank, make sure it fits and slide it into position. Then attach it with the clips. Notice only the top clips are needed now. Here, the next plank row spans a wall feature, and a line is needed to extend the row. Measure the plank height and set the chalk line nail. Then mark the plank height at the feature, run the chalk line, and snap the line to set the top of the next row. This wall feature requires an angled notch in the plank. Scribe the angle line with a straight edge and measure the angle with a speed or rafter square. Measure the height of the notch and write it down along with the angle measurement. Using a jigsaw, cut the notch into the plank at the measured position, making sure of the direction of the angle. With a felt-tipped pen, darken the visible part of the notch. Place the cut plank with the notch positioned at the wall feature and snug it tight to the clips. Then place and attach the top clips to this plank. In this installation, the matching Linwood ceiling is at an angle, so the top wall planks must be accurately measured and cut, so the wall planks meet at the ceiling angle. As each row progresses, where a plank joint is encountered, insert 2 dowels into the factory end of the plank. Match the dowels to the adjoining factory end, and make sure the joints are tight. The joint ends must meet at a stud, so the clips can be driven into a solid backing. On long, sharply angled rows, use a marker to scribe the final cut onto each top wall plank. After the final trim cut, carefully slide the plank into position against the ceiling plank and add the top row clips. Then face screw the plank, where a clip isn't possible, using trim screws. Where there are parallel vertical boundaries, measure the width, then cut the first plank and check it for size. If it fits, repeat cutting the same plank size and installing the row clips. Using a gap spacer, this fast and efficient pattern can continue, with the reveal space filler strips installed every few rows. This process repeats until the need for a break in a row is encountered. Measure the plank dimensions for both sides of the break. After cutting the planks, check for fit and correct side gap, then position the clips and drive them into the wall. Use the spacer for the side reveal for each plank, then continue attaching the planks with clips. Once past the row break, the process of cutting the planks, attaching the clips, and installing the filler strips can proceed quickly. Trimming the filler strips to the correct length and setting them flush with the row makes for a clean finish. By measuring and cutting carefully and repeating these steps as needed, the linear wall installation will go smoothly and look beautiful for many, many years.